What's up, everybody? It's Theo from Theo's Pets, and this is a brand new hatchling from last night. So, I like to try to start off these videos with good news. So, let's go get this little one put back. I'll show you a little bit of video of him, and let's talk about what happened in here this week, shall we? So while we're watching clips of the baby, I will talk about what all the clips I'm about to show you are. So I've recorded some clips of, I redid the Tarantula, Matilda, the avicularia. I redid her enclosure. I redid the metabolic bone disease Crested Gecko Quasimodo. I moved him from that tub into a 40-gallon horizontal breeder after monitoring him and watching him for a few weeks. And so this is that whole process recorded in bits throughout the week. So I'm trying a little bit different of a format here, which means that these clips were once again recorded individually, randomly throughout the week. So they should ideally go in sequence in post, but just bear with me here if things are a little bit choppy until I figure out how I'm going to do this new format. So I appreciate you guys. Let's check it all out, shall we? So we also updated Matilda, who is the pink-toed tarantula, the avicularia that we acquired. She was in this. Now, there was obviously a lot more stuff in here, but this opened from the front. There's some cork bark still. Now, it was decently tall. It was really long. It was bigger. It's bigger than an average shoebox. But the thing is, what I originally had her in was a 10-gallon glass tank with a lid. But then I found out that this cross ventilation is super important for avicularia. So I put this together for a while and then just kind of watched her and realized that she didn't really use the majority of the space in here, as well as it might have been too much space for her at this size, because she's only like 2.5 inches, 3 inches maybe. She's still not full grown. The other thing is, every time I would close this, that you hear it, the way it clips and jerks. It would jerk the cage because it vibrates when that pushes closed, obviously, and it would scare the mess out of her. The other thing I really did not like is these are cheap little tubs I got from Walmart, and I converted them together for hatchling crested geckos. Actually, as you can see there, the bottom one does not have one in it currently. I've got 3 in the black ones up here that are gonna go in these here soon. Well, 2 of those, one still just hatched here recently, but they were for the Crested Gecko hatchlings. I used this one, kind of changed a little bit, put some coconut fiber and some sphagnum moss. I had one of the plants that's in her new cage, and the water dish, and these coconut core pieces. I had them set up in the back here, standing up like so you could pretty much go hide behind it. It was like a ledge, a little like cork wall almost in this back corner. But realistically, I noticed she hid under the plant here and on the back piece of the cork bark. And that was really it. I never really saw her utilize much of the space, nor do I actually see her move much. I don't know if it's particular to the species, the avicularia, but honestly, she doesn't move much. She pitches spots and posts up, and then from what I've read about their behavior online in adulthood, well, I'm guessing adulthood, I don't know, whenever she spins a web, she'll pretty much be a homebody in the web from that point on. So we're just kind of waiting for that to happen. But with that being said, being that these were transitioned over for Crested Gecko hatchlings, these lids don't actually secure on here that well. So I had to improvise, and I hot glued this just a little bit just to keep it attached. But I've been noticing see how hard that is to clip that shut. From clipping that shut all the time, like watch, you can see the coconut fiber jump. It pretty much ended up breaking that seal from the hot glue anyway. It's not really that big of a deal with the Crested Geckos, A, because he spends the majority of the time hidden in most of that stuff in there, and B, I don't think he's really heavy enough to lift up that lid yet, and before they get that big, they get transferred into, I think after that I have them going into 27 quart tubs. Hold on, actually the sticker's on the front right here. Yeah, 27 quart tubs. So then they'll go into 27 quart tubs for a while, and then I'll move them up into 64 quart tubs for breeding purposes later. But yeah, so with all of that being said, this just wasn't working as well as it was going to in my head. So we had to call a little bit of an audible. Also, it was kind of a pain to kind of try to get in here and clean the remnants of meals and wet crickets and mealworms and stuff she would not eat, especially without her trying to like run up on my hand, because I'm all up in the business and I can't really see what's going on, because I didn't really take this lid off because it was supposed to be hot glued. So trying to get up in here while also trying not to hurt that spider and bump into her was kind of a pain in the butt. So with all of that being said, let me show you what I did yesterday. This is the new setup for my avicularia Matilda, and conveniently enough, she's actually just chilling right there. Say hi, Matilda. So this is an acrylic Zilla self-assembled viewing cage. I've seen them used for tarantulas and Pac-Man frogs. Not this one specifically for Pac-Man frogs. This is arboreal, but you get the gist. And so, I mean, they seem really cool. It's got the cross ventilation, as you can see on the top, which is what we needed for Miss Matilda here. Nice and tall, not a lot of ground space. Now, it does have this deep dished bottom piece here. So I was actually able to get a decent amount of that forest floor, that I mixed with coconut fiber and then put some moss on top for humidity. So I was able to get a deep bed of that in there, which is awesome. How close together, so the wall's not close together, that's not what I'm saying, but how close together it is actually allowed me to use 2 of those suction cup plants and then this stick vine combination thing I made to make this really cool back piece here. So she should be able to climb all around that, and as you can see in the middle, there's actually a hole she can go in and start a nest. So she could hopefully, potentially, ideally start her web in the hole there, up here in the corner, maybe behind leaves in this corner, or down here. So actually, if you look, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but behind this leaf and where that back vine leaf starts, there's another little den area there. So I'm hoping she picks one of those spots to really just go nest up in, because I've noticed what she's doing now is pretty much what they do. I've not actually seen her move much from her spot. She'll pick a spot, she'll sit there, clean her legs, do this, maybe change the position her legs are in, tuck them in closer together, whatnot. But realistically, we don't really move or do too much. And from my understanding, when they get bigger and when she does make a nest, they get really reclusive and I won't really see her much at all, which is kind of disappointing, because honestly, she's really pretty. She kind of horrifies me, but she's really pretty. So, and really cool to watch eat and move. it was today, Thursday. I've already fed this week. You should see her eat from the tongs. That's really cool. I'll try to get that on camera here sometime soon. But Miss Matilda. So after monitoring her for about a week and a half or so, I noticed that we used a whole lot more ground space than we did vertical space, like most crested geckos do. Well, that's not even technically true. I have a lot of crested geckos that spend a lot of time on the ground, but we'll talk about that in a different video. But with that being said, this metabolic bone disease guy here, Quasi, we started with a tree, multiple easy to access levels. It ramps up here, so they're easy to get up to. Our food dish is on this easy to access ramp, which also doubles as a hide. The tree also doubles as a hide. There's going to be an occurring theme you'll see in this metabolic bone disease cage. Almost everything doubles as a ramp and a hide. I fed last night. We've been eating, this was Pangea watermelon with extra vitamin DC calcium powder mixed in, just for the first few meals, so they can start building back up some of them nutrients, see if we can get some of that lump and hump out of them. So we have this Aztec thing here, also a hide and a ramp, which leads up to this pool noodle, which goes across over to this log, which again, ramp, or hide, excuse me, ramp if you come at it from the back side there, a little bit of foliage and cover. We have some vines. We do tend to hang out in this bush. I've seen them laying in here, but a lot of the time, honestly, we're just, right, what's up, Quasi? You come say hi? What's up, buddy? So we ate last night, so yeah, we seem to be doing pretty good. And this is our new larger forever MBD tank. So we'll tinker some more as it goes, but as it sits now, we seem to be quite enjoying it. So oh, while I have your attention and we're talking, I forgot that my camera batteries were all dead, so I did this on our TikTok, which I will put somewhere here. This is Hestia. So this is a female that came in from a good friend of mine, Sarah, and so that's going to transition into our next video, or well, one of the next two videos. So we're coming up on a year here going into all of this, so I'm going to be doing a year in review video. And so me and Sarah, actually this is once again her lizard, she's sending me some females to breed out, and we're doing some collaboration products, or projects, not products, excuse me. It's been a long day here. And so I'm going to have her on for a discussion here soon. We're going to talk about what all she's got going on. We're going to talk about what all we're doing and use that to ramp into our year in review here at Theo's Pets. So Miss Hestia is still a little small to breed, so I'm going to hold on to her and fatten her up. But as you can see, we've made really good friends here. So just keep an eye out for that video for collaboration with Room at the Inn Reptiles. So I'll get back to you guys. Have a great day.